And now we'd like to turn our attention to our next student, Sister Bradley Bashaw, and her information is taken from the New World Translation. And her theme is, what does the Bible foretell about our day? Now, she evidently is talking to a non-believing relative, and she's going to give her a witness and talk to her about something. Let's see what happens as they begin the discussion.
So Bradley, I wanted to ask you about something. Earlier when you and I were watching the news together, there were some pretty disturbing things on there, but they didn't really seem to bother you too much, but they were very upsetting to me, so I'm a little confused by your reaction.
It's what the Bible said would happen.
Really? How do you know that?
Here, let me show you.
Okay.
In the beginning of my Bible, there are 20 different questions, and one of them is, what does the Bible foretell about our day? See the first scripture?
Mm-hmm.
It even tells us what page it's on. Matthew 24:7 through 8.
So Matthew 24, 7 and 8?
For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there will be food shortages and earthquakes in one place after another. All these things are the beginning of pangs of distress.
We kind of see those things happening, don't we? That's kind of what we saw in the news.
The next scripture, Matthew 24:11. Would you like to read that?
Okay, sure. Matthew 24, 11 and 12. Many false prophets will arise and mislead many, and because of the increasing of lawlessness, the love of the greater number will grow cold.
Do you know what that means?
Well, it sounds like it means that there's going to be a lot of bad people.
Pretty much. More badness and less love.
Ah.
The third scripture, Matthew 13:7, tells us there will be wars. And the last scripture, Luke 21:11, says, there will be great earthquakes, and in one place after another, food shortages and pestilence. And there will be fearful sights, and from heaven great signs. Do you know what pestilence is?
Yeah, pestilence is like any kind of disease that can cause a lot of people to die.
Pretty much. We know not only that the Bible tells us about what will happen in our day, it also tells us what will happen in the future.
Well, I do understand how knowing those things, it does help me to understand your reaction a little bit better. So what's this? What do you have here?
It's a tract that tells us about God's plan for the future. You can have it.
Oh, thanks.
Next time I come over, me and Mom can go over the scriptures with you.
Oh, that's good. Great, thank you.
If you would, why don't you open up your Theocratic Mystical Textbook to page 83. And there, the title of this is Accurate Reading. You know, when we begin on the school, you know, this is one of the first things we work on, is how to read accurately. Now, for the brothers, it's reading the Bible. You know, maybe from the platform, reading the scripture. But for the demonstration like you had tonight, Bradley, it'd be reading your scriptures during your demonstration. And you know, your reading was excellent because what's really fundamental about it, because see, we read the Bible daily. When we're out in the ministry, we're doing things to people. So accurate Bible reading should be a part of our life. And that's very important because it's important because in the scripture in 1 Timothy 2:4 says that God will that all people of all sorts come to an accurate knowledge and truth. And if we don't read it to them or we don't tell them about it, then they don't hear about it. But you know what I really especially liked was the fact that you were you weren't afraid. You might have been a little bit, but it didn't show. But we really appreciate that. And being this is your first talk, we look forward to more talks from you, Bradley. And we hope to see you grow in the ministry, okay? Thank you very much. And now we'd like to turn our attention to Brother Thomas. He's going to be doing our next talk. And his